No more beating around the bush. We're actually going to get straight to it. So my first tip is to learn and understand the road signs. Keeping updated with your theory knowledge of driving is going to be very useful, not just for your tests that you're going to do, but also for the future as well when you are driving. And as you are driving, you need to be able to understand these road signs so that you can drive safely. And a common road sign that I have seen people forget, including myself, is the stop sign at the end of a junction. When you see this stop sign at the end of a junction, you actually have to fully stop. You have to put your handbrake up, observe before you move off. And it did actually come up in my practical test, and thank God I actually remembered it, so I knew exactly what to do. Driving instructors are very, very helpful and useful. You know, they are just instructing you, just teaching you how to drive safely. I learned manual car, so having a driving instructor at the beginning of my learning was very useful, because my instructor, he helped me to learn how to start, move off, and just know how to use a manual car. They will teach you maneuvers, they will teach you everything you need to know about the test. But if you don't necessarily want to use a driving instructor, personally I would say maybe at the start, so just making sure that you know how to move off and everything like that, maybe use it. But then once you become more confident with yourself, you are able to start, move off, change gears and everything like that quite well, then maybe you can then like stop using a driving instructor and then, you know, use your own car. Good thing about using a driving instructor is that in the passenger side, so not your driving side, so that side, the instructor has a clutch and brakes, so they can like interfere when they feel like something bad's gonna happen, basically. And this leads on to my third tip, which is to look at YouTube videos and watch YouTube channels that basically help you with your driving. They actually really helped me a lot. So YouTubers that I watched were DGN Driving School, Conquer Driving, World Driving, and I think it's called Advanced Driving. And I typically watch them for the maneuvers. They really helped me learn how to do a forward bay parking, reverse bay parking, parallel parking as well. Very helpful. And also the show me tell me questions. I also liked watching their sort of mock driving tests. It was really useful because every time the student would make a driving fault, the instructor will basically say, this is a mistake that they did, they should have done this, highlight any driving faults, any serious faults, any dangerous fault, or any sort of good things like good observation, good positioning, anything like that. And I found that really useful. On the day of your driving test, you may feel very nervous and very anxious, and that is a normal thing, especially if it's your first time, it's your first test. You're going to feel a lot nervous because it's something new to you and you've been preparing for it and you want to pass. Tell yourself that you're going to do it. I'm going to try my best and I'm going to do my best and do what I can do. This is it. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. It's fine if I fail. I would love to pass. And also another thing for you guys to do not tell anyone when you are doing your driving test, because that is going to put a lot more pressure on you, because people will know. And then when it gets to your driving test, people say good luck, which I know it's a nice thing to say, you know, good luck, I hope you do well, sort of thing, but that's just going to add so much more pressure. Remember that you do not have to pass your driving test first time. I didn't pass my driving test first time. Some driving instructors didn't pass their driving test first time, so do not feel like you are the only one. People do make maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attempts before they are able to pass. For me, for an example, I was not ready. First driving test, I was too nervous, I was stalling the car, my clutch control wasn't that great. I didn't know about the show me tell me questions until the day before my test. That stressed me out a lot. I didn't watch any mock driving tests, so I was not prepared. That really reflected on the fact that I didn't pass my first time. I was sad about it, and I did tell some people beforehand, some of my friends beforehand, that I had the test. When they asked me about it, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about myself. I looked at faults that I made during the driving test. After that day, I just practiced. I drove at least 1 or 2 times a week, made sure that I was a lot more prepared by watching YouTube videos. There was such a big improvement in my driving skills and how well I was driving. I could definitely see an improvement, and I passed my driving test with no driving faults. These are literally the tips that I did that helped me pass my driving test, and I hope it does the same for you too. I hope you guys found this video useful, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will see you in another video. So bye guys, bye.